Minnesota, the Native American Dakota word for sky-tinted waters. How appropriate for the land of Birdwing Preserve. I came to this property 30 years ago at the request of another commercial real estate agent and absolutely fell in love with the property. I had never seen anything like it then, and in the 30 years I've owned it, it's never ceased to amaze me. The abundance of wildlife, the beauty of the land. The Native American people resided in this area for perhaps thousands of years, in Minnesota as much as 10,000 years after the glacial period. They principally were in the Big Woods, which was this area. They had a site at the end of the lake. The Big Woods provided the safety and the shelter during the harsh winters and the fall seasons. The prairies that adjoined the Big Woods were hunting preserves for thousands and thousands of acres, extending all the way out to Wyoming and Montana and up into Saskatchewan. There were literally 20 or 30 million buffalo that roamed these areas. The big blue stem were as high as 6 and 8 feet tall. This is all restored prairie that we worked on for the last 30 years. White settlers came to this area in 1856, built a church at the end of the lake in 1858, and got along peacefully with the Native Americans for the next 6 years. Unfortunately, that peace ended at the Acton site, which you'll soon see, and 4 settlers were killed. It escalated into the Dakota conflict, where there were over 400 settlers killed, and literally wiped the Sioux from the face of the Minnesota area for the next 75 years. The tragic event ended with the death of their hero and chief, Little Crow, who was shot in 1863, July 3rd, same day our history changed at Gettysburg with the defeat of Lee and Pickett's charge. This is the north end of the property. It's Elizabeth's Pond. Sometimes there's hundreds of geese and ducks and swans that come through in that area in the fall of the year. This is Eagle's Nest that we call it, because there's a nesting pair of eagles that have been there for the last 20 years, and it's the north end of the lake. You'll see the tip of the peninsula. My aha moment came pulling in this driveway 30 years ago. Charlie Peel had built this. He was a principal of Gander Mountain Sporting Good Chain. He was one of the 3rd owners, and also a principal in Erickson Holiday Gas Chain. He put about $1.5 million into the development. Loved it as far as the hunting preserve. We've not allowed hunting here in 30 years, but we've developed over 2 miles of lakeshore. This is a drone shot of the commercial pool. There's about 15 miles of walking trails on the preserve. This is a raised gazebo. It seats 12 or 15 people. The lodge, main lodge, has 7 bedrooms and 6 baths. It's all the finest quality material that was used to finish that and architecturally designed. This is a grilling area that we use literally year-round if you want. Coming around by the lake and then down into the century-old barn. That barn was started the development by Mr. Peel. He put on the Chicago brick and the mansard roof and worked on the silo siding, and we continued on, and probably over $1 million has been put into that property with 8 suites that we'll show you a little bit later in decking. The heart and soul of the property is this brooding pen that you will see. Mr. Peel raised perhaps hundreds if not thousands of geese, ducks, swans out of that area hatch them. The little cottage is 2 bedrooms, bath and a half, wonderful living area and eating area, garages on the side. We're going to put a deck on the back. It overlooks a little pond and with a lot of wildlife. The deer and the different wildlife that come through here are literally incomparable. This is the garage area. It's a 3-bay large garage work area. The tractors, there's even lifts in there to repair just about any type of equipment. We're now panning around to the main lodge area. I'm going to take you up into the living room area that is finally finished as Mr. Peel could do in the late 70s. You can see the Chicago brick and double size fireplace. It's all Ethan Allen furniture. This is the dining room area. It seats 25. Again, another arched fireplace, one of 4. This is the reflection room down into the little recreational area, movie area that we have. Coming up into the master suite. The fireplace is wonderful in the fall and the winter months. We're coming out to the outside front area. Again, the property overlooks magnificent shoreline, and out the bay windows 4 seasons of the year you'll have beautiful, beautiful views of the lake. Freddy's Pond, one of the numerous ponds on the property. I'm going to take you on a tour of the barn. It has 8 suites. Each suite is named after a different country. This is the Irish room. All of it's Georgia pine hand-carved furniture. All of them have jacuzzi tubs. This is the Swedish room. Coming into the Italian room here, which is the largest room. It has 3 sleigh beds, again the Georgia pine furniture. This is the German room. All 3 of those rooms can connect if you wish, or they can be used independently. This is the Austrian room. You can see as we pan around the post and mortar original beams, and also the wainscoting that was original barnwood. This is the USA room. It adjoins a Canadian room that is similar in design. Each of those rooms have 2 poster beds and jacuzzis. This is down into the little conference area with the bathroom in the back. This is the east end of the barn. We're coming into the fitness area. That's a 4-season large fitness area. It can be used for numerous purposes. We're coming back down into the lower level of the main lodge area. This was a bar area. We use it for massage and facials. Whirlpool commercial, sauna. Peaceful evening by the fire in the area that we honor the Native Americans. It's a fall shot, but winter is beautiful with the cross-country skiing. You can see some of the goslings. Again, there can be as many as 1,000 geese and ducks and swans in the fall and spring seasons, pelicans. We're panning around onto the peninsula area. There's 44 acres with a pond and 2 miles of walking trails right on that area. These are some of the other trails. Again, there are 12 to 15 miles of those trails on the property. The privacy is magnificent. This has been a life-changing experience. I hope as a new owner you will find the same experience that Mr. Peel and I have enjoyed for the past 40 or 50 years. There are 7 parcels on the property. They can be purchased independently or together. I hope you'll join me for a tour and enjoy this property if you're the new owner as much as I have, and it's been a life-changing experience, and I think that you'll find there will not be a day that you don't enjoy the beauty and the nature of Birdwing. Thank you, and give me a call if you have any questions, and I thank you for listening.